The UFC.
UFC.
Insane.
261.
Man, one of the dopest cards ever.
Tell it, bro. Tell
One
it.
of the dopest cards ever.
Undercard was good, but the main card was really where it was at.
Yeah. Undercard was good too, but that main card, man, to have like 5 fights, all of them go to finishes, crazy ass. Well, unfortunate for Weidman and who was it? Crute?
Jimmy Crute.
But the Anthony Smith kick was what trashed Crute's knee.
Yeah, was that the first fight on the main card?
Yeah.
Or one of the early fights.
Yeah,
so what UFC was that?
261.
261. Right, so it was Jimmy Crute and
Anthony Smith.
Or Crute and Anthony Smith.
Yeah. And actually Crute had been attacking Smith on leg kicks, low leg kicks. I think it was outside, low outside leg kicks. And Smith just fucking rocked him with that one, man. It was a horrible no, and it was like perfectly placed. And you seen his knee just go.
And he also stepped weird and messed his ankle up too.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but it was just because the knee was trash. You know, he had no control of it. It was just,
and he couldn't step on it after that.
Yeah.
So that fight was pretty crazy. I thought Anthony Smith was looking good though. I thought he was like kind of dealing with it, and he was looking sharp. But Crute got injured before we could get a decision between the two of them. You know, which is unfortunate.
It was going to decision?
No, I think Anthony or Crute, either of them. I'm just saying they could have won. It's just unfortunate that an injury took him out of the game. You know, in that way. Because with the Weidman situation, I mean, when you open that kick and he checks it that way, it's not like stepping weird.
How crazy is that? You know,
So this was the second fight.
The second fight.
So
was
Anthony
Hall.
Smith won that fight.
Yeah, Smith
second
won
Smith's
that.
fight was Uriah Hall.
Yep, Hall and Weidman.
So they were looking pretty good, but so early, Weidman throws a huge low leg kick. Hall checks, good impact. I think that Weidman kind of rolled off the last second and showed a little bit of flesh instead of that knee, instead of like that, not that knee, but that shin.
You didn't see that live, did you, Loves?
No.
Did you see? You seen the replay though, right?
Yeah.
We definitely watched it live, guys. We were watching it. Shout out Buffalo Wild Wings and Valley Ranch.
B-Dubs on 99 Valley Ranch. Y'all hit up Sarah, the manager, best.
Had a huge party over there.
Best spot.
Yeah. Chris, so he snaps his tibia and his fibia, right? Both.
Everything.
His leg wraps around the other guy's leg, like 360. It's just dangling, and after it wraps, he retracts his leg that's completely smashed, puts it on the ground to plant exactly. And just immediately screams because he can actually feel it then. Just one of the most, I would say the worst leg fracture I've ever seen in MMA.
Wasn't Rod saying something about he got lucky with the way it happened? Or
clean? It was so clean.
Yeah, something about he's going to heal perfect.
I saw him put that thing back together. It looked clean.
Yeah, the x-rays, Yeah,
he said that when he stepped down, it stabbed his calf muscle, and he has some damage from that too.
Oh, wow. I did not see that.
Yeah.
So the bone on the bottom part of right here, it went into the muscle as you jammed it back in by stepping on it to plant.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow. That's just, super prayers to him, super speedy recovery.
So what's next for Uriah Hall then? Because, I mean, he won. That's 4 in a row technically, but that was a weird win.
I always thought, man, like, I've always been a Uriah Hall fan because remember he come out the gate with that spinning head kick in the UFC
Ultimate Fighters.
The Ultimate Fighter show.
Well, all those
and
fights
I was like,
just
this
devastating.
Dude is dynamic. Yeah, he's like his striking was just on another level. So I was like, I wonder what this guy's gonna do. And it's weird because he's kind of got some tough calls and he's had some tough fights. He's fought like some tough ass fights.
Yeah, some ups and downs.
Yeah, and but now he's like finally. It might be that time. I've been thinking
for him.
Like, it might be that time. He just puts it in a run and catches fire, catches a streak,
and gets a title.
Maybe gets a title shot at least.
Yeah,
his striking can hang with pretty much anybody. Yeah, his ground game's, he's not bad, but I would say he needs to keep working his wrestling and shit like that because the striking's there. But to be at the top, you know how it is.
Yeah, I think there's so much in that story. Because, especially for the viewers, you guys don't know, Weidman and Uriah fought previously. They had fought already once before.
Oh, yeah, that was the second one.
That was actually second. And early on, I believe Weidman won because he was out wrestling.
Yep.
Weidman won. He was out wrestling Uriah. So this time, I think that Uriah was going to have the advantage because he has improved. So has Weidman, but just how explosive he is, the ages they are. And the way that he got injured. It's unfortunate, but it's just Uriah's doing so well. He obviously had good angles. Maybe Weidman had some microfractures already. Previously had some damage to that leg.
I think it was just bad placement of the kick.
Yeah, you got to kind of set your kicks up, man. Shout out Boss Rutan. You got to throw hands to feet. Yeah. You don't just want to be throwing leg kicks naked.
If you're an up-and-coming MMA fighter and you're throwing low outside leg kicks, shoot for the quad, bro, like above the knee.
Or the calf could be okay.
Yeah, calf, but it better be super low or...
You got to be precise with your aiming. You don't just chunk it.
High, yeah.
Yeah. But, yes, it's just they had fought previously, and then, most people that watch, MMA know that he had fought... Weidman had fought Anderson, and Anderson had kicked him. He had checked a kick, and it had broken his leg in the same way. That's so crazy, then now, Uriah beat Anderson. That kind of gave him a lot of momentum and swag to him to fight Weidman, who he was fighting for the second time, who he wound up stopping with the same injury that Weidman stopped Anderson with.
It's so wild.
So it's a weird little circle right there between them. It's coincidence.
We live in a simulation.
Yeah, maybe. Could be a glitch.
The Matrix did it. They did it.
And that just furthers it because you saw how Uriah was so upset about how he hurt him. And his whole thing, he's kind of like a mental guy. If he's on right in the head, I think he can beat anybody. He can knock out when he touches you, it's just like, I don't know, Goku style. He just blows people away. But if he's not in it up here the right way, he just doesn't perform as well.
Yeah.
So he feels like he could take that win from this victory and be like, man, I'm so hard that when dudes hit me, they break. But he might be like, I can't fully unleash myself because look what I do to people. He might be like holding back, or he might have some kind of negativity towards the victory that will hinder him from being a champion. Because when you're a champion, you got to be eating people. Like you're food or you're feasting, like you got to be all the time. And if there's like any little chink, you're going to not be the champion anymore. Like, that's my opinion. You're the guy that's working the hardest, and you're the hungriest. And if you're like, man, I don't want to hurt this guy, or like I have something in the back of my mind about some gruesome finish, or like maybe I don't deserve what I have, which he does. Like, he 100% deserves where he is. And I think he deserves a title shot with maybe one more big win. But if he has that kind of mental chink, it could affect him and his armor where he would lose. He couldn't perform. Like him at 85 and another guy at 90 doesn't work. He loses. He's really got to be, his head. Kind of like Donald Cerrone, I think. I like Cerrone a lot, but he's really got to be fired up and in the right headspace. He can destroy people. If he's like waiting or he's not really all in it, he might lose. So yeah, that fight, it'll be interesting to see who they match him up with next. Who do you think he'll get
What
next?
is he ranked? He's like 8, 7?
Yeah, what is he ranked?
Yeah, those 9.
9. Yeah, I knew it was like 9. What was Weidman? Was he even ranked?
11.
11, okay.
Still, it's a good win for him, though.
He's
Big name.
still top 10, yeah.
It takes a loss off his record. And that's...
Who's 5?
Who's number 5? Let me see. Give me a second.
Pull that up. That'd be interesting.
And that's 185, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What if we get him and versus Vettori?
Damian Maia's got a fight coming up. I can't remember who it is.
What about Martin Vettori? Can we get Martin Vettori in your Uriah Hall?
Vettori got a title shot, didn't he?
He's fighting Israel.
Yeah.
Number 5 is...
That's right. That's already locked.
I've got him. I'm calling him in that fight.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's in the future, but I'm surprised.
Here, I'll give you all the...
Did you see... Well, Izzy better be grappling.
The top 10 for this.
Well, maybe we'll say that for the next one.
Didn't he score like the most takedowns or some shit? No.
He did. You're right.
Against...
but it was against Holland. I don't know if Holland has the same defense. But you're right. What if his defense is the same as Holland? True. I agree with you. That's a case for victory.
Who's 5?
So 5 is Jared Cannonier.
I think he's coming off a loss.
I like Cannonier and Uriah Hall.
2 strikers. Yeah.
Be a banger.
Could he possibly take... Who else does he have above Cannonier that he could potentially take in a fight?
A few big names. You got Till. He's number 8.
That'd be good. I'd take that too.
He's got some injury issues. Who else?
Derek Brunson. He's number 7.
He's coming off a loss, I believe.
No, he won.
That's true.
He beat Holland.
Paulo Costa.
What's Costa ranked now?
He's 4.
See, I don't think they would go
and
that
who has
far.
Costa just fought?
Costa's about to fight.
Yeah, he is about to fight, right?
Yeah, he's got a fight coming up against somebody.
Whitaker?
Is it Brunson?
No, he already
Oh,
fought
actually,
Whitaker.
there's nothing.
I think Costa
for
and
him
Uriah
coming
could
up.
be an interesting fight, and if Costa loses, they chunk him aside. Uriah wins, he gets a shot because it's a big name and it's a hulking guy and it looks good. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Who else was on that card?
You got the next fight.
You had Shevchenko and Andrade.
Yeah. Oh man, she's the best there is.
Dude.
She's on another level.
Yeah, and her takedowns were just
everything.
She was killing it.
Everything.
Yeah.
She's so good.
How did she end up stopping her from mount or no side control? Side control. Didn't she have a crucifix?
Yeah, she controlled
she had
crucifix, I think,
and then TKO.
elbowing the shit out of her. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because Andrade.
Now it's coming back to me.
You know, I thought she was gonna be the powerhouse, control the clinch, get inside. But really, Valentina was like, I'm going to get in close. I'm going to control the clinch, and I'm going to take you down and then dominate you.
Did you see the replay on that one, Lowe's?
Yeah.
You seen that little,
What did you think about like that match between the two of them?
They were man. She's a savage.
Yeah, Valentina?
Yeah. She ain't playing around, man. She got that mindset, you know? She got that mindset.
She looked like, exactly like you're saying. Her mind was just on another level. I think Andrade was like, not second guessing, but she damn sure didn't look nothing like Shevchenko.
She didn't even get started, really.
Yeah, didn't have a chance. Yeah. She came out and played her game to a T. You know what I'm saying? She had a game plan and just it was on.
It does kind of seem like
she took her down like 5-6 times.
She's on another
level. Seven takedowns.
Damn, yeah, I knew it was a lot, man.
So
and that was like what, 2 rounds?
Yes, yeah, 2 rounds.
Yeah. Or how far into the
second?
She
was 100%, 7 of 7.
Yeah, but how far did that go into the second round? Was it like...
let me see.
Yeah, I know it wasn't too far.
3:19.
So 8 minutes.
And that was a title fight.
Right? 7 takedowns in 8 minutes. And not one stuff.
Basically, the UFC is saying, this is the best that we have for you as a title holder. And less than 2 rounds. I mean... We've seen guys go, consistently 5 decisions. It's tough in some of these weight classes like 155, especially with the males. But she just stuffs everybody. She's like Amanda Nunes. Really, her and Nunes need to fight because there's nobody else that even comes close to either of them.
And that would be a rematch too, right?
It would. And man, God, they had such a great fight previously. You know? And Valentina, I think she's better.
How did that one go?
Let me see.
I know Nunes. Yeah, I know. Was it decision?
I believe so. Yes. She's bigger naturally, and I think that plays a part of it. But also Valentina could have been more aggressive. She could have used her takedowns more.
I want to see her. Yeah, I want to see her fight her now because, like I said, her takedown game, and it wasn't even really shots. It was
everything.
Clinching.
I think it was everything. Her
everything
striking
from the clinch.
Into the clinch, into the takedowns.
Yeah. I was talking about as far as like getting to the ground. It was. I've never really seen her that on point with the clinch like that,
Yeah, she has some good training partners. You see her on footage; she's blasting dudes. I don't know if Andrade is training with as many high level partners. I don't know if Andrade is training with as many males and females. If she's just training primarily with females, and she's training, her opposite is training a lot with Valentina. She's training with men about her weight class. There is a size and strength difference. And when she gets hit by them and when she hits them, she's used to that, And I think she does train quite a lot with males, actually.
She needs it if she's fighting Nunes because Nunes hits like a grown-ass man. So.
And I know Nunes also trains with males. And I know Cyborg also did a lot of training with males when she was coming up at Shooter Box. And we know, Justine Cyborg is pretty much... the OG. She's one of the OGs of female fighters. She's the baddest bitch on the planet.
Triple OG.
Hall of Famer female fighter.
Triple.
Yeah, she got beat before, but she really is a trailblazer for them. Like, she's scary. She lost to Nunes for sure. The torch must be passed, but she kind of put them on the map.
Bad dude.
I think the first woman I was ever afraid of was female Cyborg, like that female fighter. And she's still fighting too.
Yeah, she fights for Bellator.
Yeah, Valentina and Nunes, they're very good.
Conan
Valentina,
the Barbarian in a woman form.
How old is she?
They're powerful, man. They're very good.
Who, Cyborg?
Yeah, how old is she?
I'll check real quick. The Valentina, Shevchenko, and Amanda Nunes. If they fight again, that would actually be a trilogy. At UFC 196,
that's right.
Nunes won convincingly, but then On the rematch at 215, the scorecard, it was a split decision, and a lot of people think Valentina won.
I do agree with that one because that's the one that I remember, and I remember thinking to myself, Valentina did win.
I forgot
the first one I had forgotten. Yeah, good job, Jay Pizzle, digging the internet engineering.
That's why we got that man back there when we're slipping.
And let's see, Chris Cyborg, she is. I'm pulling it up now. Sorry.
I believe she used to train a lot with her husband, Evangelista Cyborg, right?
35. She's 35.
That dude's pretty scary too.
Yeah.
And then on that card, you had Zhang Wei Li versus Rose Namajunas.
Such a great fight too.
Doug Rose.
Man. That was one round, I believe.
One round.
Yeah, dispatched her. Nice.
It was crazy because, Zhang was kind of pissed off, but it's like, man, you were out of there pretty much. Yeah, you were just cars running, nobody's in the driver's seat. You want some more brain damage, but nah, it was a good stop.
I mean, I don't think Rose versus the champion Wei Li early on, it's pretty early first round stoppage. She hits her with a head kick, kind of like a flash knockout almost.
Yeah.
But when she hit the ground and she kind of followed up, she did actually knock her out.
Oh,
so
yeah,
she
for sure.
was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't know it or want to admit it, but she was out. Yeah. Amazing. I mean, what you saw it, right? What did you think about it? It wasn't just luck,
She's savage too. You saw her before the match.
Oh yeah, you see how she was talking.
I'm the best.
I'm the best.
I'm the best.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
The whole time she just.
What's that meme about the 6-year-old?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Overall, the cover.
That was funny.
Oh man.
And then the main event, Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal. Not gonna lie, I was glad to see that happen.
Yeah, I believe we called it. I did not see him knocking him out.
It was crazy, man. Right before the fight, I was like, what if he just knocks this fool out because his striking's gotten so good? And just
he has a great 1-2, and that's all you need. But I didn't realize. I've seen some footage now where Masvidal, and I've also seen who is it? Maybe shout out MMA World or MMA Weasel, man. Weasel MMA, maybe one of those two guys
Weasel MMA.
on YouTube. You should look at them. They're great podcasts. Or great channels. They were saying that Masvidal has been clipped when he was fighting with Kimbo. Not Kimbo, but one of his boys back in the day. And then he got clipped again fighting some guy early on in his career. And then he got clipped this time on the same thing. When he stands in his stance, he parries with the right hand, the jab, and when the right, parry the jab with the right. And when the right hand comes down the middle, he'll lean back and counter check hook left over the top. But he'll drop his hand and check hook. So he's been knocked out 3 times now with just a straight right. They just came through, step deep. And Usman, man, his straights are straight and they are deep.
You see the replay; it knocked all the sweat off
right into his own shoulder. Yeah, and the 3 knockouts are very similar.
Everything, Masvidal, like all the sweat that was on his neck, shoulders, head, like he knocked all that shit off. It was crazy. Looked like somebody turned the damn smoke alarm on or something.
For real.
It's like holy shit.
Yeah, it was a great shot, but it did knock him out. I don't think that straight knocked him out. I think when he hit the ground and he hit him a few more times.
Oh yeah,
then it
wasn't a hammer fist. He hammered.
Yeah, it was. I think behind the ear a little bit.
It's just so crazy because now
but he was rocked.
I've always, or since we've been talking about Usman, I've been riding with him because he's one of them guys that you have to beat the champ, dog. You have to beat that fool.
He's a dedicated grinder.
He grinds, and it was just like that cyborg wrestling. Not cyborg like the chick.
Yeah, like
not
the robot.
Conan, like like an android. Yeah. So, like a rat on the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like just like a lab rat. It never stops. Almost like GSP. GSP was the same way. And that it just puts pressure on people because you know that you're gonna have to. For one, the cardio is going to be a factor because that fool is going to be on you for 5 rounds if it goes to decision. And then you're like, damn, his grappling is crazy. He's going to try to wrestle me. Can't stop him. He's always coming. Yeah, can't stop him. Now
he pins you on the fence.
He can knock everybody out. Like,
yeah.
He's dangerous, dog. He's at a point right now where it's going to be tough to beat him.
Yeah, I figure out he just kind of sharpened a lot of his fundamentals with Whitman. Like, that was just...
Weren't you telling me he switched striking coaches?
Yeah. He went to Trevor Whitman.
Yeah.
So it's like Justin Gaethje's up there. Thug Rose is up there. I think Curtis Blades maybe is cross-training with him as well. They obviously have some good guys. And he basically, I think he just gave Usman some tighter, like a little more tighter fundamentals on some boxing and some angles. And then Usman is just a king of the fundamentals, just basic stuff. He's tough. He's durable. Yeah. Genetically, he's probably, a little above the most. Like, just look at the guy. And his mind is just iron. Just solid, bro. Like that, they have that whole little triple, African teamwork now. The little African triple kings.
Yeah.
Ngannou and Israel and Usman.
Yep.
So that just kind of more pressure, but to him, it makes him that much stronger in his desire to win. His will. So yeah, it's going to be tough to beat him. Like, who can really pose a threat? Maybe Covington because his skill set, but Usman is just way better than when they last fought. Maybe
you have to see how Colby is now, because that's the only person I think can give him.
Or the guy from the UK.
Did you see Connor trying to run his mouth, like to get at Usman or something?
Wrong weight class, bro. But yeah.
Oh, he's saying I have to come up to 170. I'm like, oh
shit.
Man, come on, bro. You couldn't even beat Poirier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Connor
just
don't want that smoke.
Yeah, he called him out. He called Colby out. He just calls people out all the time. But
who was the who's the guy from the UK?
No,
I can't think of his name right this second. He's fighting the Diaz.
Oh, Leon Edwards.
Yeah, Leon Edwards. If he wins that Diaz fight, he could pose some smoke to Usman.
Yeah.
Because they fought before. Leon lost, but I think it went to decision. He has definitely gotten better himself. He could be the guy with like 9 or 10 victories that's like, you know what? I'm going to do my striking, rock Usman. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to be on top because I don't know any better. I'm just still thinking I'm undefeatable in a way. I'm invincible.
Ain't they talking about Nate coming back too?
Nick, you mean?
Nick, yeah, Nick, yeah. No, Nate's fighting Leon.
So he was in the crowd. I did see that.
Yeah.
And Dana did say at the presser, he was saying, we would let Nick fight. Nick does want to fight. I'll let him fight. Who does Nick fight? At 170?
Yeah, he'll probably fight 170, right? Isn't that what he fought
I'm thinking
at?
He's fought different weight classes, but I'm
he
thinking
was
170.
155 and 170, right? Or was he 170, 185?
170. I mean, Usman and him, he'll have to work his way up to Usman.
Oh, they're rumored to fight for the BMF, so he'll be fighting Jorge.
And Jorge just came off that loss. That'd be a good move for him.
I think
interesting.
That'd be a good one.
That would be more
like, you beat my brother's ass, I'm gonna beat your ass now.
For the family. Nah, but that would be more interesting than Usman, because Usman just would beat the shit out of him right now.
Yeah. I did I heard Ariel Helwani was saying that the Diaz brothers don't like to take each other's fights. If someone was slated to fight Nick, let's say, and then the fight didn't materialize, and later they would offer Nate the fight, he would say, no, that's Nick's fight. I don't want that fight. So there's a possibility that Nick would say, no, that's Nate's fight. I'm not doing that.
Like the rematch is his fight.
Exactly. Or just like, no, he's slated for that. But because they're have a weird code that they stick by, and they might not, just for that simple fact. He's like, no, that's Nate's fight. That's his guy. That's his ode to avenge. I don't want that fight. I think he might take that fight, or Leon, because he has so much steamrolling, Nate has a lot of power behind his name. He's a money fight. If he comes in, we all want to know, what is he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen? Even though we kind of know he's a little older, he hasn't fought in a while. Like, how tested is he? How much is he pushing himself on a daily? How much is he training with guys that are hungry to win? I don't know, I don't know. But we want to see.
Yeah.
So it's worth at least one fight, short contract to the UFC. It's not a freak show fight. Nick's a Hall of Famer potentially.
That covers the UFC